It's Sunday the 1st of June and it's 8:30 in the evening, and I'm at Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis. As most people know, we've had a pretty full-on day here. It started very early with news that there had been a shooting incident at the GHF food distribution point, which is in Rafah. It suddenly became clear that there were quite a huge number of casualties, and by about 11:30 we'd received 28 dead bodies and over 200 people with gunshot injuries. A further 5 people died in the emergency department, and we went into a mass casualty scenario, so all of the theatres stopped operating and just started taking the emergency work from the emergency department. So we had 5 theatres running in the ASEAN building, which is the main theatre complex. They closed the maternity theatre so that that could be open to deal with the casualties, and then the 2 theatres in the MSF block were also dealing with casualties. As well as that, we managed to send some patients to the neighbouring Palestinian Red Crescent Society hospital. I think the biggest issue is that we know that this isn't the total number of casualties from this incident, because obviously Nasser is not the closest hospital. We're actually in the east of Khan Yunis, or central Khan Yunis, and the incident occurred on the coast of Rafah. So the MSF Belgium and ICRC field hospitals took quite a few of the injured. I think the hardest thing to deal with in the aftermath of this was that immediately the rumours were that this was not IDF firing, that this was fighting amongst Palestinians, which is difficult to understand, that so many would have been injured if that was the case. We have seen some infighting here before, but it's been when the food trucks come in, the aid comes in, and gangs of Palestinians try to loot them. What tends to happen then is that Hamas will shoot warning fire to stop that happening, as obviously Hamas don't really want the bad reputation of looting the aid trucks. So we tend not to see casualties from that, which is different in this situation if it was infighting. I think also the other thing to say is I haven't, to be honest, seen that many Palestinian civilians toting guns. In fact, I don't think I've seen any since I've been here, or any of the other times that I've been here. So it doesn't add up, but I suppose we're really not going to get to the bottom of it until all the footage that's been taken is adequately analysed. It's just a shame that the Palestinian version is immediately disputed as false. But I'm hoping that we will get to the bottom of it. We are going to be very hard pressed to deal with all of this now, because we don't really have the medical supplies or the reserves in the workforce to deal with a mass casualty of this kind. And although a lot of the acutely injured have been dealt with today, we've got a lot of people now on the list for tomorrow and the coming days with gunshot injuries to their limbs, and it's quite hard for us as a team, because we're not here for much longer, so it's going to be difficult, particularly from a plastic surgery point of view, because there won't be a plastic surgeon here at Nasser now until possibly the end of June, beginning of July. So it's pretty tough all round, and I think really the local staff are absolutely on their knees now. They've been dealing with this for 20 months. Lots of them have lost significant members of their family. One of my nurses lost his 8-year-old son when I was here in August. And obviously, they've been moved multiple times. One of the doctors I work with was evacuated last week with the current evacuation order, and that's the 15th time that he's moved his family. And everybody's living in very poor conditions in tents with bad sanitation. There's not a lot of clean water out here, so this is the workforce that still comes in every day in, day out, and now they've got another huge amount of casualties to deal with. It's really difficult to see how they're going to cope with this.